everyone, I'm in downtown Louisa, Kentucky today. Population 2,467, comprised of the area of 2¼ square miles. And Louisa is on the Kentucky and West Virginia border. Big Sandy River goes right through Louisa and separates the two states. They've got a couple old Chesapeake and Ohio cantilever signals here, and we're going to see some trains go by those. They got a cantilever signal just north of town, and they've got an old Chesapeake and Ohio color position cantilever signal south of town. So we're going to get a train going by both of those. We're going to start with the one south of town, then come up here and get the one right up here just north of town. Go ahead and start the video, son. Louisa, Kentucky. Hey, check this out where I'm at today, folks. I am just south of Louisa, Kentucky on the CSX Big Sandy, and we've got an old cantilever signal right down there. An old Chesapeake and Ohio color position cantilever signal. And there's a tunnel right over here. This is a really interesting historic area. So you got the old signals put in probably in the 1930s, probably in their last days. The original alignment for the railroad was right here. It went through that tunnel. Went through the tunnel, and there's a bridge on the other side that it crossed. Well, they realigned this track, bypassed the tunnel, and they turned the old railroad bridge into a car bridge. So we'll take a look at that here in a minute too. So we are just south of Louisa, Kentucky, and we're going to get a train going underneath this cantilever signal over here. This is my third time to try it. I struck out the first 2 times, but I'm going to get one this time. So here we go. All right, so here's the 2 bridges. Now the bridge on the left, that used to be a railroad bridge. All right, let's go through the tunnel here. Check this out. Just think of the steam engines that went through here. All the steam trains. It's 5:14 p.m. It's like nighttime when you're inside the tunnel. And then there's the new alignment on the right. There you go. Pretty cool, huh? Alrighty, close look at the rail on the main track. On the main line, it's 136 pounds per foot. Rolled by Bethlehem Steelton, 1998. Looks like September. Count the dashes for the month. So there you go, rolled in 1998 and 136 pounds. Alright, close look at the rail on the passing siding. 122 pounds per yard. Rolled by Bethlehem Lackawanna. And 1977 was the year it was rolled. Looks like June. Rolled in June of 1977. 122 pound rail on the passing track. Clear RB main 1. It's a track on the right. There's the old C&O signals looking cool. Was a train. They can go up to 25 in that direction. Ooh, it's hot. There she goes. She'll be going through Paintsville, Prestonsburg, where I used to live a long time ago. And I'm not sure where it goes to from there, but they'll be loading out somewhere. That was cool. Finally got a train going underneath those old Chesapeake Ohio cantilever signals. My third try and success, finally. Thanks for watching, that's cool. All right, let's take a look at this tunnel up here. Look at it up close. I'm gonna try not to shake the camera too much. I hope we don't get too much wind sound on it. Look at there. This used to be a railroad and it was repurposed for a road when they realigned the track. And the railroad abandoned this tunnel. This is a pretty remote area out here in southeast Kentucky, not far from the West Virginia border. Only about a mile or so from the West Virginia border, as the crow flies. All right, let's have a look at this bridge now. Keep in mind, this used to be a railroad. Check this out. Look how narrow this thing is. Repurposed for a road. And it's a good one. I actually filmed the train from this bridge going over the other bridge. I stood on this bridge and I filmed the train going over that railroad bridge to the left. To the left is the new alignment they put in, and then they abandoned this. See, there's the old railroad bridge. Well, I should say new railroad bridge now. That's the newer one. I've got a video of a coal train going over that. Is that cool or what? I kind of feel like a high rail vehicle right now, driving down the railroad. And here we are at the other side. There you go. All right, there's the Louisa Fire Department right there. Check that out. Volunteers needed. Come join the team. And if you join that fire department, you'll be near the railroad tracks, because the railroad tracks are just right over there. Right behind that car. It's a railroad crossing. There you go. See, that thing's not even on the track, just sitting right on the pavement. They took out the other passing siding that was right there. That was done within the past year or so. You can tell where it used to be. All the way down through here, looking north in that direction. Ripped the entire passing siding out. Maybe they need to use that rail somewhere else. Not a very busy track. There's the post office right there, and right across from the post office you got the Budget Inn, and I have stayed there before. And there's a balcony right there. You can walk out on the second floor on that balcony, and if you hear a train coming on your scanner, watch it from that balcony. And over here's the railroad tracks. It's crossing. You can see it from there. I've done it. All right, let's have a look around here, and then we're going to catch some trains. Hey, there's the city park right there, right next to railroad tracks. Check that out. You could maybe have a band or something play right there. And right across from the park, you got the library right there. That's a big one too. But wait, there's more. There always is. I got another train coming northbound. So here's this other cantilever Chesapeake Ohio color position signal. Let's watch the train go by this one. I know you can't see it because the sun is really bright right now and shining right on it. Here comes the train right through town, coming through Louisa right now, headed towards Catlettsburg. It's gonna be awesome. Wish that tree wasn't there. Here she comes. There she goes, headed north through Kentucky, very eastern part of Kentucky. West Virginia is just a couple miles to my right, so I'm near the state line. Louisa, Kentucky, that was really cool. I'm shooting straight in the sun right here. I don't know how they can see that right there. You know, if they were coming from the other direction, because the sun's hitting right on it and you can't see the colors at all. Oh well, thanks for watching. But wait, there's more. Guess what? I went across the river into West Virginia, and I'm between Pritchard and Fort Gay. And look at this. There's a coal train coming. I just heard it on my scanner. And see that signal right there? We've got a clear signal for the track on the outside. And they fly down through here too. I can't wait to see this. This is going to be a good one. Coal train coming from that direction right there. And I parked right there. I could get that thing knocking down the signal. Look at this. I don't know if it will or not, because I have to walk up that way somewhere. I don't know, maybe I can pan with the locomotives. We'll see what happens. Way out here in the middle of nowhere, and we got a coal train coming. We come around the curve right there. I hear it. It's gonna be awesome. I just left Louisa and headed towards Logan, West Virginia. And here comes a train. I hear it. Now you can see the light coming off the rail. Check that out. It's about 90 degrees. I'm burning up. He just called the signal out, but I couldn't hear what he said. He wasn't talking loud enough. You got to bark into that thing, son. Got it. Knocking down the signal. This train is heavy. Check out those springs. I feel the ground shaking. That sucker was booking. What is the hurry? You gotta slow down and enjoy life.
Norfolk Southern, milepost 27.9. Main 2, no defects.
There you go. Defect detector just went off. I didn't catch the milepost. Wanted to say again. Let's see if it goes off again. Sure is pretty out here. Let you get a good look around.
Southern, milepost 27.9. Main 2, no defects.
All right. Well, there you go. And I'm headed southeast into West Virginia right now. Headed towards Logan. I'm gonna see if I can get some coal trains down there. Just me on the trip, like usual. And checking out the state of West Virginia. I love this state. Look at that. Somebody had some animals in there at one time. Maybe some pigs. On plate, there's more. There always is. I did hear one. We're getting lucky. I am blessed. Look at this view. We're gonna have a train coming out of this tunnel. DPUs, I see you. I can hear it echoing. I can hear his locomotives roaring. Sounds like they're coming from the left of me. That was weird. Man, that was a good train there. King Cole, he's still alive. All right, man, that was a lot of coal. That thing was loaded. Well, about, 110, 115 tons per car. That's a heavy train right there. Hey, if you got time, check out one of my videos. Every view helps my channel, helps pay for that gas. Kind of expensive to come down here. Got to get a motel room and all that stuff. So check out another video and help my channel out. Still got the slideshow coming up. Maybe live action pets. All right, see you later. So what you doing there, Loki? They think I'm going back to the pond, but I'm not because it's starting to get kind of late. And I'm getting ready to work on my train videos. Come back this way, dogs. Not going over there. That's going to have to wait for tomorrow. And I got to mow over this grass again. It needs a second cutting. It was pretty shaggy. One cutting just didn't get it because how shaggy it was. There they are, the live action pets. July, I think it's the 26th, it's a Saturday evening. And I just got back from West Virginia yesterday, actually. Man, that trip wore me out. That was a long drive in the heat. You know what, I've decided I like this flat land better than the mountains. You get up on those mountains in a big truck like mine and try to turn around, it's not easy. Those roads and some of those mountains are just so narrow. There's no way you can get a fire truck up there. And when you get to the top, it's always difficult to find a spot to turn around. There's not much room. And if you go off the road just a little bit, you're over the hill. So I think I kind of like my flat land here a little bit better. The mountains are pretty though. I love those tunnels. And there's the live action pets. They want to go through the gate and go to the pond and run around that area. Oh, there's some ducks over there still. Those are my neighbor's ducks. They keep coming over here. They might be living here by now, it looks like. All right, that's it. It's kind of hard to say no to them. Daggone it, I feel guilty. All right, there's still some light. We still got like a half hour or so. He knows how to get out. Oh, that was loud, wasn't it? All right, go run around for a little bit. See what these ducks are doing. Oh, you got a few of them right there. I'm not even sure how many of them are back here. Now, there was a bunch of them, and they started getting killed by, I think, foxes and coyotes. And then I think they started becoming afraid to come over this way. My neighbor's place is over there. My property goes up within 10 feet of his barns. Those barns are almost on the property line. And the ducks come from over there. And there was about, it was like maybe 30 or 40 of them in my videos a few months back. There was a bunch of them. Then I started finding parts of ducks laying around from coyotes and foxes. They were getting wiped out. I guess these have figured out how to survive. The island doesn't save them. That'll keep them safe from some animals, but they still get attacked on the island. Geese always try to have babies over there, and they just never make it. We did have some hatch out earlier this year. I think it might have lasted about 2 days. I wasn't home, and Mrs. Tooth filmed the baby geese swimming around with the parents. 2 days later, they were gone. Just all kinds of animals come out of those woods. Raccoons are really bad too. Raccoons are the main reason I don't have chickens anymore. My daughter's got some chickens. She's got them in a completely enclosed pen with a fence over top of it and everything. Because I just kind of gave up. The hawks were getting mine even. I like having them run loose. I like watching them running around loose. I don't like having them in cages. So I gave up on the chickens for a while. My daughter's got a bunch, completely encaged. That's the only way you can have them around here. There's too many wild animals. All right, I'm gonna get the dogs here in a few minutes and start working on my video again. So thanks for watching.
Bye.